4 sleep disorders that hijack your night. Here's what each one is actually doing while you think you're resting, and why some of them feel like something out of a horror film. Insomnia, lying wide awake when every part of you is begging for sleep. You know it as the ceiling at 3 a.m., a mind that switches on the second your head hits the pillow. Tired body, wired brain. It's not just can't sleep, it's a nervous system stuck in alert mode. The switch that should power you down keeps firing, often because your brain has learned to link your bed with stress instead of rest. So you watch the clock, you do the math on how little sleep is left. You try harder to fall asleep, which is the one thing that guarantees you won't. At the peak, the fear of not sleeping becomes the very thing keeping you awake. And the next day, you're foggy, irritable, running on fumes, which makes tonight's sleep even harder. The loop feeds itself. What helps isn't trying harder. It's getting out of bed when sleep won't come, so your brain stops pairing the bed with the battle. Boredom, not effort, is what brings sleep back. Sleep apnea, where your breathing quietly stops over and over all night long. You know it as the loud snore, the sudden gasp, waking up exhausted after a full 8 hours. Often the person beside you notices it first. As you relax, the airway at the back of your throat collapses and blocks the air. Your oxygen drops, your brain panics and jolts you half awake to breathe, and then you forget it ever happened. This can repeat hundreds of times a night, so you never reach deep sleep. You wake up drained, you're sleepy all day, you nod off at your desk and can't explain why. At the peak, your body is fighting for air while you believe you're peacefully resting. Left alone, those nightly oxygen drops strain your heart and your blood pressure for years. It's one of the most common serious sleep problems and one of the most missed. The good news? It's very treatable once it's found. A sleep test spots it, and the fixes are real. The hard part is just knowing to look. Night terrors. Not a bad dream, a burst of pure panic while you're still deep asleep. You know it from a child sitting up screaming, eyes wide open, completely inconsolable, who remembers nothing in the morning. And adults get them too. They strike in your deepest sleep, when the body is meant to lie perfectly still. Part of the brain surges into fight or flight while the rest of it stays fully unconscious. You are terrified and asleep at the exact same time. So you might scream, bolt upright, thrash, sweat, heart pounding. Your eyes are open, but no one is home. At the peak, you look wide awake and completely gone. And unlike a nightmare, there's no memory to hold on to. The person beside you carries the fear that you never felt. They're usually harmless, and most children simply grow out of them. What makes them worse is exhaustion and stress, so the fix is often boring. More sleep, less pressure, a calmer wind down. And waking someone mid-terror rarely helps. Sleep paralysis. Waking up fully aware and completely unable to move. You know it from the stories. Frozen flat on your back, a heavy weight on your chest, and sometimes a dark figure standing in the corner of the room. It feels supernatural. It isn't. During dream sleep, your brain paralyzes your body so you don't act out your dreams. Sometimes you wake up before that paralysis lifts. Your mind is switched on, your body is still switched off, and the dreaming brain fills the silence with a threat. So you're awake. You try to move and you can't. You try to shout and nothing comes out. And your half-dreaming brain invents someone standing in the room. At the peak, pure terror and total stillness collide. It passes in seconds to a couple of minutes, always. It can't hurt you, even though every cell in you says it can. The shadow in the corner is your own dreaming mind leaking into a waking room. It gets more likely with sleep deprivation, stress, and sleeping on your back. Fix the sleep, and the visitor usually stops coming. 4 disorders, 1 night. Your brain never fully clocks out.